We were down 1-0, and if you walked into our locker room at halftime, you thought we were up 3-0. There was no panic. Dr. Hacker really just took all of us to a new level. She just brought this infectious, positive energy to everything we did. We walked out of that locker room. We couldn't wait. Couldn't wait for the next 45 minutes.
For those Olympic athletes, they know that how they perform over the course of the 2 weeks of that competition, it's going to affect the rest of their lives. They're well aware of that.
Our team had just come off a very disappointing third-place finish in the 95 World Cup. And we had all the right pieces going into 95, but we didn't have that final piece when things started to kind of crack. It was one of the great strengths of our coach, Tony DeCicco, in bringing Dr. Hacker in. He knew that motivation wasn't his strength.
I was brought onto the national coaching staff as a soccer coach. That's the irony. I was the first female coach to win a national championship in the U.S. I coached 3 intercollegiate teams to a national championship. But I didn't want to continue, so I had my PhD at that point, and I was starting to work with elite clients, so I wanted to pursue the idea of having a mental skills coach. And it was the first time that U.S. Soccer had ever hired a mental skills coach to work with the United States national team.
This was new to, I think, most of us. You know, this was more of what you saw with individual athletes and individual sports.
I think there was a little bit, who is she and what's this about? And I said, if I could help make a 3 to 5% difference, just a 3 to 5% difference, would you be interested? Every hand in the room went up in the air. And so I didn't go in there with illusions of I have some magic potion. It really was going to be about hard work and learning the techniques and strategies that would help them deal with the weight of the Olympic Games being in the United States and being a gold medal favorite.
The addition of Dr. Hacker as our mental skills coach made a huge difference in our preparation, both as individual athletes and collectively as a team. I think over time, COLLEEN was able to reassure us that she was there to just make us better.
I think athletes and coaches, certainly in '96, realized that that difference between gold and silver, that difference between standing on the podium and simply being a participant, was going to come down to that 3 to 5%. The coaching staff would say, look, I'm going to try a new system, so I need them to be able to handle adversity or difficulty or frustration. So they would tell me what the emotions these athletes were going to be feeling during practice or during that training block, and I'd try to devise games, challenges, experiences that they would all participate in that wasn't soccer related, but that they would have to communicate. They would have to deal with frustration. They would have to overcome failure or difficulty. They'd laugh at themselves. They would not be the best in the world at that particular challenge.
We did a trust walk, and we were on the cliffs in Oregon, and you were blindfolded, and your teammate had to get you down the hill. And she wasn't allowed to put her hands on you. So it's not like you could hold on to her and walk all the way down this cliff.
I didn't come in there with a prescribed program. I wanted to meet the athletes where the athletes were.
She would give us DVDs. Sometimes it would be highlights. Sometimes the play would stop right before whatever happened, and it was your job to picture what happened next.
We created a brand new imagery video montage for each and every athlete so that they would have a chance to practice away from the field without the demands on their body or time or energy, but be able to recreate their performance over and over and over again.
We would sit down and watch each other's together, because sometimes you were so focused on what you were supposed to do, just to be able to go, holy crap. I know I'm surrounded by these amazing athletes, these amazing women, but then right before you step on the field to see it, you're like, oh, I don't know who we're playing today, but I feel sorry for them.
There's no question that that stinging loss propelled them into an openness and a drive and a resolve that they were not going to be denied. This was going to be their Olympic moment. This was going to be their Olympic Games. And I think it was a focus and a quest for excellence for gold. But with competition, you've got to go out there. You've got to go out there and get it done. Could you imagine any more dream matchup? USA-Norway, semifinals. Norway has the lead at halftime. The pressure, the expectations of our entire nation on our shoulders. There's a handball in the box, and the penalty kick is earned. USA ties, we tie the game, it goes into overtime. I don't think there was an athlete that didn't think we were gonna do anything other than win. People in the stands maybe weren't so sure, but I honestly believe there was a collective belief that we would find a way. Here's this ball coming right to left. Shannon McMillan, a player coming in off the bench, her first touch of the ball slots this ball for the game-winning goal to send us in to the gold medal game. Magic. The feeling is indescribable. There was a massive dog pile on Mac on the bottom, screaming, is this happening? This is happening. That team was epic. It is for all time.
We knew we were good, but we also knew we were incredibly committed to one another. Dr. Hacker really helped create that atmosphere that we felt. We had no questions anymore. We had everything we needed.
I had absolutely no doubt in my mind that this team was completely prepared and poised to grab that gold medal and to finish on top of the podium. I had no doubt in my mind. The way these players took me in, granted access, trusted me, means the world to me.
Dr. Hacker was an incredible resource. She left a lasting impression in all of us. I'm just grateful that more athletes have been able to work with her.